minutes or so, we're going to be showing you these pictures of all 4 buses making their way down Peter Street and then across down Deansgate to come and join you. There'll be pictures from the first team bus, from the backroom bus, from the women's bus as well, so enjoy them. And we'll also be hearing from some of those players who are having a whale of a time. Let's go to Liam on the boys' bus.
Wait Man Unions will recognise it, but for everybody around the world, that is the buses turning on to Deansgate. We are waiting at the very bottom of Deansgate. So the buses are just about a mile away from us now. And that is a mile with the streets lined deep.
some of the pictures of the bus which is making its way as we speak down Deansgate, and we'll be here in about 24 minutes or so. So to keep you entertained, we've had quite a few legends on the screen, on the stage. We've got another one that absolutely needs no introduction. He's the best looking third of the Bell, Lee and Somerby trio. Give you a clue.
He is part of the heart and soul of our club. He is a true gentleman. We all love him. Give him a huge round of applause. It's Mike Somerby! Welcome. You are in front of the whole of Manchester, which is of course blue. What a day. Sum up this season for us. You're somebody who's obviously close to the team, close to the players, close to the manager. You sum up, you know, the kind of performances they put in this season. It's been incredible.
Well, it's been an outstanding. What can you say about it? It's just been absolutely fantastic. The way the team have played, the way that they've conducted themselves through the season, the pressure they've been under the last 10 or 12 games, you know, with Liverpool trying to catch us. But the thing is, you're talking about an exceptional group of players and an exceptional manager who is unbelievable. And I mean, he is unbelievable. And the rest of the backroom staff at the football club, this is the best run football club in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. Don't read the newspapers.
Mike, you are one of the most optimistic people I know. I'm lucky to see you around on match days, and I often say to you, how are you feeling? And you often go back to me, oh, stop it, it's going to be fine, we're going to win. You've been optimistic all season, haven't you?
Well, I'm lucky because I watch them training. I travel back from games with them, you know. And when you see the attitude and the way they are, you know, it's only one way to look, and that's up. I never thought any time that there were situations when I thought, you know, Crystal Palace away, it's a difficult game, you know, Burnley away, difficult. But at the end of the day, they came through all that. And let's remember, you know, we beat Liverpool at home. And we missed a penalty in the last minute, and we could have beaten them twice.
Yes.
We were 7 points behind anyway, but we caught them up anyway, never mind.
You have to have that little dig at him, I like it. We love it. You have that little dig at him, we like it. Keep doing it.
Me when I was playing, so I may as well have a dig at him.
We need more of Mike in that Sky Sports studio as well, though. You know, you remember that? That was absolutely classic. Listen, another guy that you've spent time with, Pep Guardiola. I mean, we talk about how incredible this team is and how much, you know, fantastic resources we have. But it's only as good as the man at the helm, the man at the directing these players. Some Pep Guardiola for me as a man, as a manager.
Yeah, well, let me just say, I'm not involved in anything like that. I go and watch the training. I'm fortunate to travel back with the coach, and I've been in the Pep's company all the time. And I just watch, and I've been in the game all my life, so I know what the game's about. And this man is just something very special. And what's most important, he's a very, very nice man as well. He never gets carried away with his He's a fantastic fan.
For many years now, and I mean that very respectfully, Mike, you have been the heart and soul of the club, especially at celebrations and events. You are always at the events. How much would you have liked to have been on the party, on the bus, coming through all these people? I bet you'd have had an amazing time.
Well, we have, it was years and years ago, but I think we got it's the excitement of being here. I've been in the FA Cup final and everything. But let me just say as well, and I have to say a few words because you might be going to say, we're losing a great. You talk about me being the heart and soul of the football club. The heart and soul of the football club is leaving this club. Vinny is a top man, an exceptional leader of people. You know. And he wants, you know, he's going away to do something. I think he's picked the right time to go. And he wants to go, he wants to be a player manager, he wants to be a manager. He's a very intelligent man, he's a fantastic personality. And that's what I was fortunate to have Tony Book as my captain. He was similar in a way, but Vincent Kompany is something that is, you know, is amazing player and an amazing man himself.
And he's going to be a very difficult person to replace, isn't he? Not just on the pitch, but off the pitch in terms of his influence. I mean, this is, we talk about club legends and maybe the greatest captains in City's history. And Vincent Kompany is right up there with the best of them.
Well, he is. Vincent Kompany is Vincent Kompany. He's a top man. To replace him will be difficult, but, you know, he will be replaced. Everybody gets replaced. Simple as that. You know, Francis Lee, Colin Bell, people like that, they all got replaced. You know, Tony Book, people. Football, you continue, you play, you get on, you do your best you can, and when you get to a certain age, you pack it in. Someone said to me, when did you decide to pack in Summerby? I said, well, the linesman overtook me.
And on that note, Vincent Kompany is an incredible man, but so is this gentleman on my left. Make some noise for the amazing club ambassador for Manchester City, Mr. Mark Summerby! And as you will see in pictures of the bus, I can see one of them. They're not too far away. So we've got a very interesting, a very unusual interview for you. Apparently, Mr. Kevin De Bruyne is interviewing John Stones. So there are the thoughts of City Women's captain Steph Houghton, and please welcome back onto the stage. We heard him a little bit earlier. Make some noise as the players' buses arrive for Paul Handband.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage the Domestic Cup double winners. They have led the parade through the streets of Manchester and now they are starting the party on stage. Starting with the backroom staff, put your hands together for Alan Mann, Chris Williams, Roya Arabshi, Lorraine O'Malley, James McCarran, Helen Sandel, Alex Owen, Lisa Thompson, Liv Lachlan, Albert Tang, Shoaib Aman, and the manager, Nick Cushing. And now, Manchester City women's team, the goalkeepers, Karen Maudsley, Ellie Roebuck, and Fran Stenson. Defenders, Esme Morgan and Debbie Stokes. Midfielders, Claire Ansley, Caroline Weir, and Jill Scott. The forwards, Jess Park and Lauren Hemp. And finally, carrying the Continental Cup, Georgia Stanway. And carrying the Women's FA Cup, Steph Horton.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, these guys have been on the first bus, and Nick Cushing was the first to arrive backstage. Nick, what did you tell me?
I thought it was crazy. There was people everywhere, and listen, I'll be really honest. People say things about our football club. This is the best club in the world by a mile.
I don't know if City fans have just bought up every single possible residential area across Deansgate because they were hanging out of the windows, they were transporting themselves onto the top of lampposts, there were no health and safety regulations adhered to at all. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I don't know how those people got into those positions.
Steph, how much have you enjoyed what you've just been snaking around at a snail's pace but soaking it all in?
Experience that I've ever experienced. For us as a squad to come here and see all you amazing people today has been the highlight of my career from being in City for the last 6 years.
And you got the afternoon off from international duties. I'm sure they're having some sort of awful training session that you've managed to avoid, so well done on doing that. Nick, just talk to us about this Domestic Cup double and what you've managed to achieve this season in particular. How proud are you of your team?
Yeah, you know, hugely proud of all the team, the players and the staff for working so hard. You know, we were disappointed last year that we missed out on the League Cup final. We lost the win in the league and we didn't win the FA Cup. So this year we were determined to get some silverware. And although we lost out in the league, and we know next year we'll push hard for that one, to bring 2 trophies to this parade. And you know, we play for you. We play for you, and we want to make sure that we deliver trophies.
And Steph, you actually started this trophy ball rolling, didn't you, in terms of domestic cups, because you won the Continental Cup. That was the first trophy in terms of domestic cups that were won this season. So you lead and the others follow.
I'd like to think that, but sometimes that doesn't happen. But no, look, I came here to win silverware, and we've certainly done that over the last 5-6 years. And like Nick said, we won 2 this season, and I know next season we'll be going for 3, potentially 4. So it's a huge credit to all the staff and all the players, because you had an unbelievable season, and of course to yourselves as well for supporting us.
And generally, do the 2 teams, the academy teams and everybody within the 4 walls at the Etihad campus, do they feed off each other's success?
Yeah, I think, look, we in the same weekend we won the Continental Cup. The men the next day went and won the League Cup. So for us it was all about making sure that weekend was all about Man City, and we certainly did that.
It was a special weekend at the end of February, wasn't it? And Nick, so many of those girls that are standing behind you will be representing their countries, not least Steph, of course, at the World Cup this summer. How proud are you that they go on and they represent their countries and they try and win the World Cup? We mustn't just say England, because Caroline's here as part of the Scotland squad, and there are many more as well. Yeah, we did mention it, we did. And there's more, I know, I can't go through everybody. We'd be here all night, and these guys, you know, have Game of Thrones to watch at some point this evening. So, Nick, how proud are you that they will be able to take what they have won today, won this season, and use it in the summer for their countries?
Yeah, and hugely proud of all of them for what they've done for our football club, but also for what they do for their countries. And we support them. We hope that as a staff and as a football club, we've played a little part in preparing them to go off to the World Cup for their respective countries. And, you know, we'll be watching and supporting all of our players and just making sure that they come back ready for next season.
Yes, and in the finest of fitness. And Steph, perhaps we send you on your way, having represented Manchester City so very well this season, but of course, leading England as well. And I appreciate there are more countries than just England being represented, but there will be a majority here, no doubt, of England fans. What would you say to them and how much of a summer they can enjoy as they watch you over in France?
Yeah, of course, we experienced the World Cup with the men last year, and I can remember watching a game in Manchester and the streets were not half as busy as this, but still as busy supporting the boys. So for us to know that you're behind us and watching the game back home, no matter whether we're playing Scotland, Japan, Argentina, just to know that you're supporting us, it would mean the world to me and the rest of the squad.
We wish you well.
Thank
and
you.
we wish everybody well. Now we're going to do something. I'm going to grab these two microphones. If you would like to grab a trophy each, you two, if you would just like to come to the front, we are going to get all of the backroom staff and we are going to get all of the girls in nice and tight in the centre of the stage. And I know Vinny likes to do it like this, so we're going to do a little bit of copying. We're going to have a big build-up and we're going to have a huge trophy lift so that you guys can enjoy as much as possible, going nice and tight. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, play along with it. This is the domestic double cup winning women's team. Please now welcome to the stage with the Community Shield, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup and the Premier League trophies, the Manchester City management team. They are Manel Estiante, Mikel Arteta, Rodolfo Borré, Brian Kidd, Lauren Bonaventura, Gianni Mancizero, Carlos Blanchard, Richard Wright last 4. Has anybody seen any trophies? And are they important? We've lost them. Are you sure?
They are there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm relieved. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Pep, every time that you celebrate something with Manchester City, you always want to make sure your backroom staff are front and centre and involved. Tell us a little bit about how important these guys are to you and how important they are to the club as well.
Without them, it's impossible. So it's impossible. A lot we cannot do it. The players cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. We push each other. So they are my right arm and brain and everything. So all together, it's much better. When he's alone, it's boring. So it's much better to do it all together.
Given that, have you already had your first meeting over maybe a glass of red wine about next season with your team?
We know each other quite well. They don't need more speeches. So after 3 seasons, it's enough. They know me. We know each other quite well.
And tell us a little bit about, even now, how much you're thinking about next season.
0. Now it's time to good dinners, good wine, and enjoy this incredible season all together. And in 3 weeks, we're going to think about it. In 1 month, now it's time to enjoy what we have done.
Okay, so if you're not looking forward, then let's look back. How much have you enjoyed what has been an extraordinary season for Manchester City? Because last year, statistically, it was historic. This year, it's been a battle, and still you've broken records. How much have you enjoyed this season?
Well, we didn't.
I think they want you to sing along. How's your voice? Your singing voice? Can you...
Because they want to sing, they don't want to listen to talk to people, so...
Well, that's my job done. Let's go then. Come on,
we have to sing and...
Okay, one more question, and it's somebody that I know you want to talk about. Vincent Kompany. Perhaps this is your chance to say to everybody how much he has meant to you and to the club over the time that you've been here.
I think Vincent is, we are going to miss him a lot. I'm going to miss him, but I think it's incredible way to say we're going to see us in the future, because he's coming back sooner or later. But it's the best way to say bye with this incredible season all together. It was a real captain. He helped us a lot, and that's why. Now he's coming soon, and we're going to show him how we loved him.
Finally, the hat. Tell us about the hat. It's a very special hat for lots of people who knew Bernard so well.
1 week ago, say the name.
Bernard
wife,
Halford.
Bernard's wife gave me this present. I said, we're going to celebrate the Premier League. I will put it wearing from Bernard.
Pep, no more talking.
Yeah.
Happy?
Next ones. Now next ones.
Next ones. All right, get off. Ladies and gentlemen, with his backroom staff, will you please once again give your thanks and your adulation for Mr. Pep Guardiola. So they all get their moments in the limelight. Will you please welcome welcome to start with Daniel Grimshaw, Philippe Sondler, Aaron Muric and Jan Poveda Campo. That's all right, thank you. We're going to start with Aaron because his heroics against Leicester, I appreciate there's a very famous moment against Leicester this season, but this guy saved some very, very important penalties in the Carabao Cup. And Aaron, when you look back to that moment and everything that happened afterwards, could you have believed that that would have proved so very important?
It was an amazing moment. I did it for City. I like the fans this season. I hope the team deserved next season even more, even more. We need more. And thank you to all of you. You were amazing.
And when he says it, and he's 6'4", you kind of say, okay then, Aaron, we'll do what you say. And I'm going to have a word with Jan as well. 169 goals scored this season for Manchester City, and you know, Jan, that you had one of them. And you and Philly both made your debuts for the team this season. How much did you enjoy contributing with that one goal out of the 169? And you'll always be a part of it, Jan.
I'm just overwhelmed by everything. I've got to give thanks for the coaching staff, my teammates, and most importantly, the fans. Come on, City!
We're very proud of every one of you, and Pep has decided that even though the choreography was set, you know, weeks in advance, that he's going to stay there. So why don't you guys go and join the boss and his backroom staff on the side of stage. One more time, please, for Daniel Grimshaw, Philippe Sondler, Aaron Muric, and Jan Poveda Campo. Next, coming on stage, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 4 English Lionhearts: Kyle Walker, John Stones, Fabian Delph, and Raheem Sterling. Okay, Carl, I'll get this side. I love how people run away. You run away. You play in front of 55,000 every week and you're running away from one person. Raheem, have you sorted out with Gabriel yet whether it's a hat-trick or not?
No. The ball already went in. I just had to make sure, but I'm happy he got the goal.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for sure, as long as we won.
You know, the thing was is that it was 6-0, but this guy had a chance to make it 7. Do you remember that chance? And he completely messed it up.
Yeah, I just remember being through on goal, and I just heard him say, "Raheem, please, please, pass the ball." So, you know, he's my good friend, so I had to pass him the ball.
And of course, it would have been an overall record if it had been 7, John. So you're responsible for just equaling it.
Say again, sorry.
You are responsible for City equaling a record instead of breaking it because of that moment that passed you by on Saturday. Have you watched it back?
No, not yet. No. You put me on the spot, eh?
It's cool. It's an interview. You know, you've done it before.
Yeah, no, I think the main thing was, you know, we just won the trophy. That was the most special thing.
And as he circles behind you in an incredibly sinister way, Raheem, tell us a little bit, John. This is a season, of course, as all football seasons are, decided by the finest of margins, and the finest of those margins was against Liverpool. Did you have any idea? Did you even have any hope of clearing that ball off the line?
Yeah, I just wanted to keep them on their toes, of, you know, a few millimetres more, and just thought I'd keep it like that, you know, save it off the line.
And your interviewing techniques with you and Kevin De Bruyne on the bus, by the way, incredibly impressive.
Thank you. You have to speak to Kev about that when he gets on.
I'm going to try and I'll probably fail. Congratulations to you for that goal line clearance at the very least. I was going to talk to Fabian about team spirit, but bearing in mind he's trying to run away from everybody, it's perhaps not the best person to ask, but I'm going to give it a go. Fabian, we saw you on the All or Nothing documentary. You were a vocal part of the dressing room, contributing as much as you could. Tell us a little bit about what it is like inside of that dressing room when things are going well and you guys can share in this success?
Yeah, when things are going well, everybody seems to be happy. I think I only talk when it's going bad, so yeah, it makes a nice change today. It's great to see everybody out here having a good time and champions.
Thank you, Fabian. Carl, I am going to ask you one question, and it's just about how the team, particularly at Wembley, and the last 14 games of the Premier League season, that you never took your foot off the gas. What does it say about this team?
I just think, you know, from the managing staff till us, that we're just winners. You know, we want to win. We want to obviously win the Premier League and retain the Premier League. So we did it, and we're champions now.
Quite right too. You're getting the champions from each and every one of you. Slightly sinister, I must say, from Fabian, but well done to all of you. Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our 4 England internationals: Raheem Sterling, Carl Walker, John Stones, and Fabian Delph. Go and join in what is starting to be something of a party. Found some trophies. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on stage, will you please give a huge round of applause for Danilo, Bernardo, Gabriel Jesus, and Edison. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found our boy band. Look at them all. Gabriel, just very quickly, Raheem says he's happy for you to have the second goal at Wembley. Is that okay with you?
Of course. I'm happy.
Are you happy with how it transpired? I get the impression that when you saw him kick it into the back of the net, you thought, oh, really? Raheem? Come on.
I think, why Raheem? It's okay. I'm so happy because we won 4 titles, so this for me is amazing. Doesn't matter. I want to win.
The most magnanimous striker you've ever heard in your entire life. Danilo, every time we see a parade and the pictures from the bus, you always seem to be everywhere. You are, I think, the parade king, if there ever is one. Tell us about how much you enjoyed the parade here this evening.
No, it's incredible because I just try to enjoy every moment with these guys because they are amazing, you know, and also with these fans because they just are behind us in every game, in every situation. So I'm so happy to be here and so proud of my fans.
And Bernardo, step in here if you would. Thank you. Bernardo, we spoke last Sunday and we talked about how this Manchester City team blends skill and hard work, and there isn't anybody who typifies that better than you. So how much hard work have you put in to win these trophies this season?
Well, a lot, to be honest. We're tired. We're very tired, but it's been a long season, a fantastic season for us. 4 trophies. I think all the squad, all the staff, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Hopefully, as I said before, we want to do better. We want to try and go for the European trophies as well. It's what's missing us, and I think you guys, the supporters, you need to demand more from us. You need to demand European trophies. We need that, so let's go for it. Let's go for it.
You're saying that, and everybody behind you is going, no, no, no, calm down, stop it. We've been demanding enough. Your nickname is Bubblegum, because the ball sticks to your boots. So who in training, out of all your teammates, do you enjoy dribbling around the most?
Danilo? Vincent Kompany. Yeah, they like it. Yeah, Vincent Kompany.
Okay, well, in that case, we'll put that to Vincent Kompany if he comes out a little bit later on. And I imagine that you will be getting some sort of two-footed slide challenge somewhere knee-high come training next time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the moment, Bernardo, stay there. But will you please thank Danilo, Edison, and Gabriel Jesus? Why am I staying here? Why am I staying here? Just take a step forward. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many trophies that will be coming on stage over the course of the next few minutes, and there is another one now, because let us find out why you, more than 60,000 of you in your voting for the Etihad Player of the Year, made this guy the winner. Joining Bernardo on stage now, will you please welcome the General Secretary of the Official Supporters Club, Kevin Parker, and Etihad crew members, Kira and Emmanuel, to present Bernardo Silva with the Player of the Season award. Why, in their thousands, City fans voted for Bernardo Silva for the Etihad Player of the Season award?
I think it's probably because of the song. No other reason. Bernardo
Silva, we're not going to
Kevin, just briefly, and then we'll ask Bernardo what he thinks.
Sorry?
Just briefly, and then we'll ask Bernardo what he thinks. We don't want him just singing. We want him talking.
It's been such a difficult choice. I think Bernardo's had a great season. Raheem, Sergio. In the season that we've had, how do you pick one player? But I think all the way through, Bernardo has been there from the Community Shield at Arsenal, that first goal that he scored, right till the end. I think we're blessed. I think we're well and truly blessed.
Well, thank you very much indeed. And Kevin, just we're going to finish with you, Bernardo. What would you say to these fans who have voted you their Player of the Season?
Well, thank you very much to everyone. The way they pushed us this season, they made it real for us. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. So thanks a lot. Next season we'll be back trying to give you more titles, and champion is champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Etihad Player of the Season, Bernardo Silva. Please, next, welcome to the stage. We have Riyad Mahrez, Nicolas Otamendi, Aymeric Laporte, and Claudio Bravo. Incredibly important goals this season, more on your right foot than many would have expected, including at Brighton. When that goal went in, did you feel this is the moment that City have won the league?
Hi everyone. I think when I scored that goal, it was the third one, the 3-1. and in everyone's head and in my head, like I was like, it's over, we've done it, and yeah, we've done it.
Look at that winning smile, ladies and gentlemen. Riyad Mahrez's winning smile. Aymeric, talking about goals at Brighton, that header, the relief that went through all these people's minds. Did you feel that relief as well?
Yeah, of course. I feel that. Amazing moment for me and obviously for the club too. So I'm very happy to score this goal.
Two of the scorers at Brighton on a big day on the south coast. Riyad Mahrez, Aymeric Laporte, alongside Claudio Bravo and Nicolas Otamendi, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a huge round of applause. Time to welcome the next group, please, onto stage. Give them a huge round of applause, a massive cheer. They are İlkay Gündoğan, Leroy Sané, Phil Foden, and Alexander Zinchenko. Leroy's coming. He genuinely is coming. Phil, I have a question for you. You are not 19 until the end of this month, which is just horrifying for most of us. You have already won all these trophies. When you're old, how many trophies might you have won?
Don't know, let's see. Let's keep winning every year, trophies, and let's see how many I can get to.
If it's not more than your age, I'll be very, very surprised by the time you get to 30. Alexander, if I had said to you 2 years ago that you, in 2 years' time, would be one of the best left-backs in the Premier League, would you have stopped me at best or left-backs?
First of all, I should ask you, are you drunk?
No, I'm a professional here, I think you'll find.
Say again?
Oh, yes, okay, you throw some shade at me and you don't listen for the reply. I am professional, Alexander. I don't drink until you're all done. But you have been incredible, particularly this year. At left-back.
Yeah, this season has been amazing, especially for me. I'm so happy because we won nearly all titles, but I think next season we will do it again, huh?
İlkay, tell us a little bit about playing in the position that you have whilst Fernandinho's been injured and being that pivot. Pep, I hope he doesn't mind me saying, it's one of the most important positions on the field. The position he plays, just staring at me, I could have said anything there. How much have you enjoyed playing that role, as important as it is, particularly in a crucial part of the season?
I've enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. I mean, I like to have the ball, to keep the ball, to pass the ball, and with all these talented players around me, to be honest, it's not the most difficult thing to do it, so I feel just privileged.
A lot of people have come up on stage. We've been asking, guys, what is your favourite moment of the season? And a lot of people have said the goal that you scored against Manchester United, because it typified the way that this team plays. And it was against an opponent that maybe you enjoyed. But that goal, in the way that you scored it after all those passes, how satisfying is that?
Extremely satisfying. It just shows how much quality we have. Again, we just feel all privileged. I think there's one goal which is maybe a little bit more important than that, and that has to be Vini's goal against Leicester. So I think that one is a little bit more important.
That is incredibly magnanimous. I imagine that there will be many who agree, despite your efforts. And Leroy, I just wonder, talking of important goals, that second goal against Liverpool in January, proved to be so important with the way that the Premier League title race played out. Did you as a team realise how important that evening was?
Yes, I think, of course, they know now, but it's not just because of me. I think we had nearly every game. It's important to score a goal to win the games. We had, like, from Vinny, from Ilkay, so many goals more who were important too, to just keep going on, and winning the games.
Another impressive foursome, ladies and gentlemen. Will you give them a huge round of applause? Here they are, Phil Foden, Alexander Zinchenko, Ilkay Gundogan, and Leroy Sané. I'm just going to check on the trophies. Thank God for that. Slightly nervous. But we have the plinths, we have the trophies, and we have Manchester City's captains on field and off to bring you those trophies. Will you please welcome Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, and Sergio Aguero! I feel like after what happened on the bus, I should just maybe let Kevin do this interview. Yeah? Well, here's the thing. This isn't supposed to be a showbiz story, but yesterday, I ran into David Silva and he said, "Don't ask me a question." He said, "Don't ask me a question." So, David, Kevin's going to ask you a question.
He's fired, by the way. Well, guys, I'm here with one of the greatest players ever to play football, one of the best for City. So I can just ask, David, you see all these people here, what do you think about it?
Let him to speak.
Thank you for coming, guys.
They deserve everything, you know. We are happy because they deserve everything. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you see, we're not going far with here, so maybe we can have Fernandinho.
We just want to say thank you for coming over and support us this time and to celebrate that with us this amazing season. Thank you so much.
Are you sure? Are you done? Ladies and gentlemen, Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero, and David Silva. I'll be honest with you, I think you're right. We should get Kevin to do them all from now on, apart from the fact that he's got some other work to do. And you will have noticed that there is one person who is not yet on stage. This player is our big finish because you know that he is a provider of big finishes. onto stage, Vincent Company. Sprung a bit of a surprise on us yesterday. You sprung a bit of a surprise on us yesterday.
Well, guys, first I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. 11 years at this club. What a journey we've been on. What a journey. And we've come from, let's be honest, we were always a great club. Whether we had silverware or not, we were always a great club. But now we've got silverware. And I'm really proud. I'm proud that with this group of players, we've been able to give you something that was long coming, something you deserved for a long time. And I've been a part of something very special thanks to very special people. And my first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you so much.
When you make a decision like you did that you told us about yesterday, how important was leaving on a high as you have experienced this season?
Well, let me put it this way. The moment that ball against Leicester went top bins, I knew I was done. I couldn't do anything better. So, you know, that goal went in and it felt right. It felt like this team is ready to achieve so much more. I've done everything I could. I've given everything I had. Everything. I've got nothing left. I've given everything. And I'm proud of that. I can't tell you how much I'm proud of that. And you know how much in this city, and that's what kept me alive for so many years. People actually respect someone going down and getting back up every single time. So I've done that. I'm done. Thank you so much.
You're not quite done because you will be back in a City shirt for your testimonial in September. How special will that be for you?
Yeah, well, everything put aside, the testimonial is to help the homeless in Manchester, and that's important to me. I mean, in the end, I hope that I'll get to see every one of you again for the testimonial. I want it to be a celebration of 10 years of wonderful players. I could not have achieved anything without these wonderful players. They're going to be there, and it should be fun. You know, let's be like we always are. No matter whether we win or lose, we always celebrate that city.
And I just want to ask this question because I imagine if anybody was to meet you, Vincent, they'd get you a beer and sit down and ask you this question. The goal against Manchester United in 2012, the goal against Leicester in 2019, which means more to you?
Just 2019 Leicester, I don't know. That ball, now listen, that ball's going top corner. What am I doing even trying this, right?
You're not the only person asking that question.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, we won the league, and that's what happened against Leicester. It's ridiculous. So that one goes before, but beating the Reds is such a nice feeling. Any day of the week, any day of the year. So, yeah.
Well, you probably won't be surprised to hear that it's at this point of the evening where we tell you who has won Manchester City's goal of the season. There have been 169 scored by Manchester City this season, and one of them has stood out. And so the Nissan goal of the season for Manchester City, as presented by Fernandinho, goes to Vincent Kompany. You nearly trod on that. You pass that over to Brian. There is somebody else who would like to say hello. They're the other side of the world. Their name is Noel Gallagher, and there is a message that he sent to you at his gig last night. Have a look.
wanted to do this all my life. So hold on a second. First of all, I'll finish on this. You are the best club in the world. I do not care whether you win the Champions League or not. You are the best club in the world. And remember it forever. Yeah? These guys on my left, on my right, deserve all your love. Every day of the week, every day, every single year, they work hard. But this is the way I want to leave. I want to say thank you. I love you, Art. I love you all. I'm out.
Suicidal. Now, can I please do a little bit of choreography? Fernandinho. There's a mark for you there with the FA Cup. John, Vincent, come forward with the Premier League trophy. We need David Silva. Where's David? This is harder work than organising a bunch of school children. Can we please have David Silva and Sergio Aguero at the front?
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have had an amazing evening and an amazing season. We thank you for your